Adopting the millionaire mindset. The power of cultivating a millionaire's mindset cannot be emphasized enough. To attain financial wealth, you must first enrich your mind. Does this not make logical sense? Without the requisite skills, beliefs, and tenacity of a millionaire, how can you ever become one? You need to start perceiving money the way affluent individuals do. Wealthy people continuously strive to reach their potential. Are you doing all you could be doing to augment your income? When you transform your mindset, your actions will align accordingly. As your actions change, so too will your results. This is the pathway to wealth, and it begins in your mind. The blueprint to becoming a millionaire comprises both mental fortitude and technical expertise. Consider this. When you decide to cook a dish you have never cooked before, do you haphazardly throw ingredients together, or do you follow a recipe? If you are a skilled cook and already have deep technical expertise, you may just haphazardly throw ingredients because you kind of already know what you're doing. But if you are new to cooking, this is probably not a good strategy. So, what constitutes the recipe for financial success? There are two primary components: your mindset and the techniques you choose to employ. Most people believe they have already mastered the mental aspect, and they also think they already have all the techniques that they need to become rich. Essentially, they already think they are a professional chef. All they need, they suppose, is, just like someone to give me some money. I just need some startup capital, and then I can build a super successful business. Look, if you can't build a small successful business from nothing, you certainly won't be able to build a massively successful business from a little bit of something. If you are not wealthy, but already think everything is perfect with your mind and skill set, it suggests that your mental approach is far from the required level. Those who have achieved the technical and mental mastery of wealth accumulation are capable of doing so, and they are capable of doing so from absolute scratch. A person who knows how to build wealth does not think, I just need someone to give me a little money and then I could do it. This is either a poor mindset or an excuse. Your mindset is the prerequisite catalyst that will drive you to acquire the necessary technical skills. It is your mindset that will sustain you when the going gets tough. And do expect periods of turbulence. Without the right mindset, technical skills will likely never be acquired or will decay. Even with the correct technical skills in place, say you were fortunate and learned them in the past. If you then develop a poor mindset, you will not be in the appropriate state of mind to put in the energy and hours required to use those skills effectively. You will not be able to amass financial wealth. You need both the correct mindset and the technical proficiency. You must continuously fortify your positive and determined attitude. Cultivating the mindset of the wealthy is not a one-time task, but an ongoing process. Think of your mind like a muscle. It is the same as your body. You must train your muscles very regularly to achieve a high degree of health. And once you have achieved that health, it's not like you're just done for the rest of your life. Oh, look, I built a little bit of muscle. I lost the fat. I guess I'm done for the rest of my life. No, you must continue to regularly train your body to maintain that physical health. Your mind is no different. It must be trained and conditioned regularly. You must consistently strive to think big, feel worthy, believe in your ability to achieve your goals, and believe it is your duty to help society. Of course, there is more to becoming wealthy than just mindset, but never underestimate its significance. The mindset forms the bedrock, the essential prerequisite for everything else. It governs your willingness to learn and maintain technical expertise, your creative abilities, and ultimately, much of your net worth. Embrace the possibility. At this moment, you need to hold a firm conviction for one thing: to become rich. Many people who are thinking in terms of US, Canadian, or Australian dollars, as well as euros and British pounds, like to focus on becoming a millionaire. That level seems like it still means something in these currencies. In reality, however, $1 million, that's probably not really enough in today's day and age. The terms decamillionaire and centimillionaire don't exactly roll off the tongue, but understand that when I say millionaire, I am using that term more as a general concept than an exact figure. It is an excellent starting point, but eventually you will want a lot more than 1 million US dollars or Canadian dollars or British pounds. I would not consider a 65-year-old person about to retire with a net worth of $1 million to be anywhere near rich, wealthy, or upper class. This individual is clearly middle class. That's not what we're shooting for. Yes, it's a lot better than being poor, but who are we trying to compare ourselves to? Sadly, the majority of people do not even consider becoming wealthy as a viable option. They perceive it as beyond their reach. If you begin with this assumption, you will never achieve significant wealth. You must not only believe it is possible for a person to start from nothing and achieve great success, you must also believe it is possible for you personally. Your conditional belief must be so strong that it borders on inevitability. The only condition I speak of is being that you work as hard as you are capable of working in a sustained manner, while also maintaining your physical health, mental health, healthy social relationships, etc. I'm not saying kill the rest of your life for this one thing, but you can work very hard, and likely much harder than you are currently working, because this applies to almost all of us, while still maintaining great health in other areas of our life. Can you envision yourself living in a beautiful mansion, or a gorgeous beachfront home with the ocean as your backyard? Or a modern condo in a downtown high-rise, dozens of stories in the sky with an expansive view of the world? Can you see yourself with millions in investments? Can you imagine working diligently for long hours on a daily basis? When you contemplate these questions, do they seem unrealistic, out of your reach, or do they feel inevitable? If the answer is unrealistic, it's okay. Most of us do feel this way. But you must make a conscious effort to break free from this limited mindset. And if you are listening to this right here, right now, I know that means you are trying to change your mindset. There is no other reason you would be listening to this. You are trying to free yourself from these limiting beliefs. You are trying to improve yourself, and you are on the right path. I believe in you. Your parents meant well. What lessons did your parents teach you about money? Many people grew up with parents who did not achieve great financial success, and they grew up before the modern technological landscape. By modern technological landscape, I primarily mean the internet when it was mass adopted in the very early 2000s. This changed things a little bit. However, that statement about modern technology and modern society may hold just as true for smartphones, social media, virtual and augmented reality, artificial intelligence, brain-computer interfaces, the solving of biological aging, and beyond. Each of these represents a potential societal inflection point where the older generation just won't be able to give complete advice to the younger generation. That doesn't mean they have zero useful advice, but it's not complete advice. The older generations grew up in a different era, when the typical path to moderate success involved working for some company for the rest of your career and retiring with a generous pension. A college degree meant a lot more several decades ago than it means now. Almost everybody has it now, which in a weird way kind of makes it not as important. Starting your own business in the past often required much more upfront time and capital investment compared to today. Today, there's a lot less risk associated with trying something out for yourself. Your parents' reality was different than your reality. You live in a different world. Your parents wanted to give you good advice, and they wanted to keep you safe and protect you, but their advice is 30 years outdated. It's from a different era. Their intentions were good, but they are living in the past. You are now an adult. You live in a brave new world. You must adapt. You are the future. The problem with excuses. Did you maybe grow up in a less than ideal circumstance? Do you find yourself using your past as a justification for your current situation or actions? Hey, none of us had quote-unquote perfect parents, perfect friends, perfect siblings, perfect teachers, and a perfect environment. None of us were raised perfectly. We cannot change our childhood experiences, but we can choose how to conduct ourselves as adults. It is the only thing we can control, our actions. The harsh reality is that the world and the marketplace does not care about your past hardships. This applies to the marketplace of business as well as friendships and dating. Your customers do not care if your mommy didn't hug you enough. They care if you can offer the best product or service option at a given price point. I'm sorry, that's the reality. Potential intimate partners do not care if you were verbally belittled as a child. If you are an unpleasant, mean, depressed, not fun person, you probably are not going to succeed in the dating marketplace. Think of your health habits. Perhaps you grew up in a home where your parents were eating lots of unhealthy foods and they did not exercise sufficiently. They were not a good role model for physical health. As an adult, does your body care that your parents gave you bad habits? Do those donuts care that you only eat them because your parents taught you to eat them? Are the calories magically going to disappear? Of course not. If you eat the donuts, you get fat and you decrease your health. You don't eat the donuts, you don't get fat, and your health improves. Reality does not care about your upbringing. All reality cares about are your actions. If you had a horrible upbringing, but eat healthy, exercise, work smart, work hard, and are a kind, happy, enjoyable person to be around, you will probably do well in health, money, and dating. If you had the best upbringing in the world, but you eat poorly, don't exercise, are lazy, and unpleasant to be around, you will probably be in poor health, have no money except that which is given to you by your parents, will have unhealthy intimate relationships, and will feel worthless. Your actions today, not your past, determine your future. If you want a high quality tomorrow, you need to take high quality actions today. Acknowledge your circumstances, accept them, be aware of any blind spots you may have because of your past, any areas you may have to be a little extra careful around, but then we move forward. I understand this is obviously easier said than done, but no one said attaining the life of your dreams, attaining great financial wealth, great health, a great intimate partner was going to be easy. The responsibility for your life now rests squarely on your shoulders. Ensure that your thoughts and actions align with your goals. My intention here is not to belittle your past experiences. To the contrary, I aim to empower you. Your ability to press forward is far more powerful than any force that has attempted to hold you back. For some of you, bad things have happened. You have a decision to make. Are those bad things going to be the reason you never achieve the life you desire and deserve? Or are those bad things going to be what develops your resilience, what develops your persistence, what develops your power? How can someone with an easy, cushy upbringing ever compete with you? How can a person with such a comfortable childhood ever be able to grind and push through adversity like you? You are stronger than other people. You will be the successor. You will only truly live life to its maximum when you cease making excuses and stop imposing self-limitations upon yourself. When you commit yourself completely, you free yourself. You transform your life in ways that you cannot imagine. In time, you will achieve things that you never thought were within your personal grasp. Half-hearted efforts will never lead you to greatness, nor will they ever bring you satisfaction. As human beings, we find fulfillment when we are living up to our utmost potential. You will find greater happiness in giving your all, truly trying and pushing, and falling short of a beautiful, big goal. And then trying again and trying again, rather than never trying at all, and living a life of mediocrity at best. Facing challenges head on. Trying your hardest does not mean you will be immune to troubles. When you put in genuine effort and display your commitment to success, sometimes others may judge you. Those who have chosen to step back from life may feel uneasy around you, for you are a constant reminder of the things they should be doing but have given up on. There will be obstacles regardless of the life path you choose. What you need to determine is what kind of obstacles, what kind of problems you want to deal with. Would you rather face the issues that come with being unfulfilled and financially unstable? Do you want your problems to be that you don't know how you're going to pay rent next month? Or a person you love is in need of medication they cannot afford and you cannot help them pay for it? Or you have a medical emergency and you don't have the money? Or your car breaks down and you can't fix it because you are broke? Or you can't go on that vacation that you've been wanting to go on for years, so you just keep thinking about it? Or you cannot afford healthy food and high-quality exercise equipment? Or you cannot attain a sexual partner you desire because you broke? Are these the types of problems you want to deal with? Or would you rather tackle the rapid onslaught of challenges that come with pushing the throttle to its limit? Do you want to deal with the problems of needing to constantly learn new skills, to constantly develop and improve products and services, to increase revenue, manage increasing expenses, hire employees, fire employees, and deal with much more complicated taxes? Once you start achieving some financial success, you will also have to deal with the realization that money has not fixed all of your life's problems, and you will be forced to do some potentially not so comfortable soul searching. Similarly, once you have achieved a degree of financial success, you are no longer faced with immediate external pressure. You could take today off. You could take the week off. Heck, you could take a month or even a couple years off. Eventually, you will have enough money to where you could retire and never have to work another day in your life. Now you have to deal with the challenge of finding new meaning, new purpose, and motivation to work. You no longer are like, well, I have to work because I'm broke. I need to pay my rent next month. What do you do when you don't actually need money anymore? These are problems. I'm not being facetious. These are problems you must contend with. We all have problems, but we have different types of problems. You have to decide which set of problems, what type of problems you want to deal with.